What's up, guys? My name's Colin Moriarty. I'm editor of IGN PlayStation. I'd be tempted to say Beyond here, but it's just going to confuse you to hell because the game that we're looking at here is called Beyond Two Souls. It's from Quantic Dream, the guys that did Heavy Rain, the PlayStation 3 exclusive that surprised everyone in 2010. This is the premiere trailer of the game. It looks like Quantic Dream has been working on this for a while, and it's pretty exciting. I think a lot of people are really excited about it. What we're seeing here is the main character. Her name is Jodie. She's being grilled by a cop. His name's Lieutenant Sherman. Now, if Jodie looks familiar to you, it's because it's Ellen Page. Ellen Page, of course, is best known for her roles in Juno and Inception. She was even nominated for an Academy Award, Best Actress in a Leading Role in Juno, so you're certainly going to recognize her. The cop, Lieutenant Sherman, we don't know for sure, but he looks like a guy named D.B. Sweeney. You might know him from the movie Fire in the Sky. He was in a bunch of TV shows and movies, but I know him best as Getz from Jericho, of course. But that might not be him, but it looks like him and it sounds like him. So, before this played at Sony's E3 press conference, David Cage, who is the head writer and basically the visionary of Quantic Dream, the developer, he gave a little bit of background about, what he wants to do with this game. And his thing, is always about, he says he wants to make games based on interactive storytelling and emotions. Beyond itself takes place, quote, he says, quote, "Death is the biggest mystery of mankind. What will happen after we die is something no one knows. What's on the other side remains unknown." And that's basically what this game is all about. So as we see this gameplay, which is in engine, so it's happening in real time. When we see this, this is basically our first introduction to Jodie, and it happens early on in the game. And Jodie, according to David Cage, quote, "has always felt a link with an invisible entity. Is it a presence? Is it a spirit? Is it a ghost? She doesn't really know." And the game takes place over a 15-year period. So it's about discovering what's beyond. So he says for the first time in a video game, we will live the life of a character, go through with her the happy and difficult times, and help her become who she is. So this happens over a period of time, somewhat like Heavy Rain, the previous game, but that focused on a lot of different characters. It seems like this focuses on only one. So in this particular scene with Sherman and Jodie, you can see that the coffee cup kind of becomes the focal point of everything. And when he notices a scar on the back of her head, that's when the coffee cup is kind of catapulted automatically into the wall. It's a definitely supernatural element in Beyond, which really wasn't found in Heavy Rain. Does the scar indicate that some sort of surgery that Jodie might have had? Does it indicate that there was some sort of accident? Does that explain the hallucinations that she might be having? It seems not, because when Sherman leaves the office, she starts to talk to herself, and she realizes that some SWAT team members are coming after her. So it seems like whatever is talking to her, whatever she's seeing on the other side, whatever she's seeing beyond, is in fact real. And we're seeing this kind of play out as Sherman leaves the office. So as you can see, the acting is superb. I mean, this is all motion captured, and during the E3 press conference, you saw Ellen Page kind of, she had all the orbs, the motion capture devices all over her, and I'm sure Sherman did as well, and all the other characters that you see here. And the game immediately just reeks of Quantic Dream. It really invokes Heavy Rain. It's definitely going to be that interactive drama genre that David Cage has basically invented, and it's obviously going to turn some people off, but certainly I'm very excited about it. A lot of people are excited about it, and Heavy Rain is really one of the great games on PlayStation 3, so if this can capture the essence of that, I think that's really going to excite a lot of people. So the SWAT team comes in here. They're clearly looking for Jodie. We don't really know why. We don't know who this main character is. All the SWAT team members have, masks, helmets. Their faces are covered, except for the main guy. He doesn't have a helmet on. He doesn't have a mask on. He just has his earpiece in. It looks like he's on, he has an agenda, and the local cops that are in this station immediately stand down. What's interesting here, too, is that the SWAT team member has like a little beeper, something like a buzzer that goes off on him. It's unclear what it says, and it's unclear if it's someone's messaging him or if it's somehow some sort of device that knows that Jodie's there or whatever. But what's interesting is that he knows that she's dangerous because he has the local cop open the door instead of any of his men or himself, which is quite fascinating. But it's at that point that the cutscene kind of ends right after this. So moving forward, a lot of people's complaints about Quantic Dream's games and Heavy Rain is that there's not a lot of action, and obviously in a storytelling scene like this, there probably isn't a lot of action. But when the scene cuts, we're gonna see plenty of action, and from the stuttering look of some of the scenes, it looks like this might actually be gameplay. As I said before, everything runs in engine, so what you saw there is basically running in the same engine in real time as everything you see here. But as you can see, the character models are a little stiffer, the explosions don't look quite as good, so it's indicative that some of this at least is gameplay, and you don't see any prompts, on-screen prompts, which you saw all over Heavy Rain. So maybe the game plays a little bit differently, but it still looks like it's going to be in the third person. But as you see when she jumps off the train, especially, there's more supernatural energy here, and you see an awesome quote here as she basically threatens the SWAT guy that just went into the police station with her. And then she talks to something as she looks in the sky. Who it is, what this entity is, no one knows. So we know very little about Beyond right now, but hopefully we'll have more information soon. Keep it tuned to IGN for all your PlayStation 3 needs. Beyond.